ado, please welcome John Neal.
How's the sound there, folks? Going to be all right? Yeah. Good evening to you all, folks. It's a real pleasure to be in Falkland again after many years. Just quickly, went to school right over there. Started in like grade 4. Rode the bus to Vernon. Graduated at the old Fulton High down in the park that's not there anymore. And went to seek my fame and fortune in a place called Fort St. John. So here I am, 73 years old, and I'm back in Falkland. And I'm glad to be here. Now, if you haven't already figured it out, I'm in country. Just let me get settled here, and then we'll get on with this. It feels kind of lonesome up here, though. But this is going to be an acoustic performance. I play in a little band with guys about my age in Kelowna called Just Us. And we play all over the Okanagan and all the senior centers for a group called Interior Health. Okay, and it's kind of a give it back thing. And we get paid picks and string money, I call it, or some gas money, and that's it. So that's what I do. I'm a hiker. I'm married. I just had my 50th wedding anniversary on the long weekend. And that gentleman right there I know real well, all my life. Mr. Osweek. Anyway, to start things off here, folks, I'm just going to, I do a wide range of stuff. So I'm just going to start on one that I really like. It's a Blake Shelton tune. And it's called Old Red, and it's a story about an old dog that got a guy out of a lot of trouble down in Georgia. Anyway, you'll pick up on it. It's got quite a story. How are we doing for levels there? Everybody happy? Okay, here we go. Well, I caught my wife with another man, and it cost me 99. On a prison farm in Georgia, it was close to the Florida line. And I've been here for 2 long years, and I finally made the warden my friend. And he sentenced me to a life of ease. Take care of old Red. Now old Red, he's the damn that you have ever seen. He's got a nose that can smell a 2-day trail. He's the get my gun, a real heavy treat before the morning comes. I paid off a guard and I sent out a letter to my cousin up in Tennessee. And he sent down this blue tick hound. She was pretty as she could be. And they penned her up in the swampland about a mile just south of the gate. And I'd take old Red on his evening run and just drop him off and wait. And the warden said, come on somebody, why don't you run? Oh, Red's fixing to have a little fun. Get my lantern and get my gun. Oh, Red'll have a treat before the morning comes. Now old Red, he got real used to seeing his lady every night. So I kept him away for 3 or 4 days, and I waited till the time got right. And I made my run with the evening sun, and I heard him when they let old Red out. And he was heading north to Tennessee, and I was headed south. And the warden said, come on, somebody, why don't you run? Oh, it's fixing to have a little fun. Get my lantern and get my gun. A little heavy treat for the morning comes. Now there's red-haired blue ticks all in the south. Love got me in here and love, it got me out. Thank you very much, folks. Anyway, I don't know how this runs exactly because this is my first time here. Oz called me this afternoon and said, we're having a little dinner theater thing here, John, and I know it's short notice, but if you'd like to come, we'd be glad to have you. So I jumped in my car because I didn't have anything better to do this evening, and I'm sure glad I came. So I'll just continue to sing here until somebody tells me to stop.
We do 3 songs.
Okay, that's good. I'll do that too. That's pretty standard. Okay, so anyway, I don't know if anybody remembers Vern Gosden, but had some very nice songs. Anyway, I like this one. It's got a catchy little hook on it called That Just About Does It, Don't It? Every night I go to bed crying. There's nothing left to do when love is dying. So before the whole world knows how we're hurting, well, don't you think it's time we close the curtains? So many times I talked you out of leaving. So many nights you tried to fight that feeling. I guess we tried and failed once too often. Now that suitcase down the hallway does the talking. And that just about does it, don't it? And that'll just about kill it, won't it? Maybe we should call a truce. We cut the buds to use. That just about does it, don't it? Sad to think that words could come between us. And what I said, God knows, I didn't mean it. It's time we realized that it's over. It's tearing us apart to stay together. And that just about does it, don't it? And that Thank you very much, folks. Really appreciate the applause, yeah. Okay, so to close out my third song here, this George Jones song, and probably the #1 most requested song ever in country music. I'd say like 1 out of 400. Pretty much saved the guy because his career was in the toilet, to put it bluntly, and he was drinking too much and he damn near lost his voice. And then Billy Sherrill come along with this song and said, George, you got to sing this. And he didn't even want to sing it. He doesn't even like it. So he sang it anyway, and thank God he did. Anyway, George, hope you're not listening, because God, I hope I don't screw it up. He said, I'll love her till I die. She told him, you'll forget in time. As the years went slowly by, she still preyed upon his mind. Kept her picture on the wall. Went half crazy now and then. He still loved her through it all, hoping she'd come back again. Kept some letters by his bed, dated 1962. He'd underlined in red every single I love you. I went to see him just today, but I didn't see no tears. And it kept running through my mind. This time he's over her for good. He stopped loving her today. They placed a wreath upon his door. Soon they'll carry him away. He stopped loving her today, and soon they'll carry him away. He stopped loving her today. Thank you very much, folks. Thanks very much, folks.
All right. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Let's see. Come on now, get 'em over. So that was great, right? You're all warmed up. It's nice to hear some real country music once in a while. Not that stuff they play on the radio these days. No offense if you like that radio stuff, but I like the old country music. And you're going to have some more Saturday night, right? You got the Opry coming here Saturday night. You're selling tickets for everything, and oh, Ozzy just happens to have tickets with him tonight. What a coincidence, everyone. Now, these Opry people have played here once before, right? You guys had a pretty good time the first time? Yeah. Whoa. Here we go. All right. Also, I just sampled the chili. If you haven't sampled the chili yet, you can go ahead. It's good. I totally approve. So I'm just going to tune this guitar. I was a little bit behind schedule today because I bought a Ford pickup truck. So you lose 3 or 4 days every time you buy a Ford pickup truck, just in case you're wondering about that. I bought a Dodge one time. I just drove it home. It was great. Bought a Chevy a couple times, drove them home. Bought a Ford, had to pull wrenches for 2 hours just to get it to run, and then got it home, loaded it up with dirt, and I'm building a pond in the backyard, so I was lining the pond with dirt, and got it halfway to where it had to go, and then it quit. Yeah, oh, it's a tough life I got, jeez. Being a 43-year-old white man in Canada in 2016 is really tough. Like, yeah, I could go on and on. Trying to figure out how this song goes. I think it needs a capo, and I need to turn my guitar on, right? Yeah, okay. Right, because there's no volume, Adrian. You got to be patient. I told you I'm having a delayed reaction day today, okay? Here, let's try this. You should have something now. This is, you had a rodeo here today in Falkland too that I missed because of the Ford I was talking about, but I hope the rodeo went over well. It's nice to see young people participating. I'd way rather watch young people ride horses and rope steers and stuff than watch middle-aged people do it, that's for sure. Same with hockey too. I don't understand how anybody can watch grown people play hockey when kids are so much more fun to watch. They cry, you know, and then they stop. They get right back into it. Anyway, this is a song called Rodeo Boy by Fred Eaglesmith. No. My boots are scattered on the floor. I walk around in shoes. I guess I could catch a train, but I keep hoping that her mind will change. Hoping she'll come back again. I guess I'm just a fool. Rodeo boy, rodeo boy, rodeo boy in a one-horse town. Rodeo boy, rodeo boy, rodeo boy in a one-horse town. Thank you very much. I just need to adjust this thing because normally I have a guy that does this, but he's doing something else tonight, I guess. He's busy sitting, so there we go. I don't know if you all have heard this, but lately I've been in a band because I've never been in a band before. I'm really excited about it. It's like having a family, only better. Because when you're mad at them, you can tell them to get lost. There's 4 of us in the band, and 3 of us are here tonight. So you're going to get to hear the other parts of my band. We went on a little tour to Vancouver Island a couple weeks ago, and played at a festival there that was just fantastic. Just fantastic. But I'd have to advise you to never, ever go to Vancouver Island, especially in a pickup truck towing a big camper trailer kind of a thing. Because when you go on the ferry, they measure your vehicle with lasers. And they charge you by the foot. And then they charge you for the people that are in the vehicle too. Because you don't just pay for the vehicle, but there's a per head charge. And if you're a pregnant woman, they make you pay double. Because there's 2 people there, right? I'm not kidding. Animals? No, animals are free. You can take 30 dogs. Nobody cares. It's just the people. Yeah. All right, here's another one about sort of country living. This is a song about, kind of makes me think of my friend Dan Bruce, who lives in Lake Country. I think John's from Lake Country too, aren't you? And Dan used to work about 30 years ago. He worked at the, what's the name of that ranch up by the lakes there on the other side of Westwald? The big one, Douglas Lake, yeah, the big one. He used to work there, and they would run cattle from Merritt to Douglas Lake, or from Douglas Lake to Merritt, I forget which one. But until I moved to Falkland, he was the only real cowboy I ever met, so now I know a couple more. And this song is called Wichita. And busted wipers, never had a chance outside of Wichita. They shut us down. We had a horse trailer full of dreams. He was 65. I was 14, and they run us right into the ground. That's an old story now. And the Wichita Gospel Radio played all the country songs you ever known. And the signal would come in loud and strong, way down in Oklahoma, all night long, until it was gone and we'd shut it off and listen to the wild horses stampede through the ranges of our minds. Saddle broncs and rodeos, the horse was a runaway from liberal with an altered brand. We kept his whites from showing with shoe polish and number 2 stove oil. The wind stood still when he ran, and the Wichita Gospel Radio played all sat up all night, and I cried. And the Wichita Gospel Radio played all the country songs you ever known, and the signal would come in loud and strong, way down in Oklahoma, all night long, until it was gone and we'd shut it off and listen to the wild horses stampede through the ranges of our minds. Thank you very much. I don't do that one very often. It's only real horse people like that song. Most other people just don't get it. What are we doing now? So, I bought this Ford, and the back, I bought it from this old guy who was not in a good mood. And the back of the Ford was full of junk. You know, he'd been piling garbage in the back of this truck for a couple of years, and it was mounted right up to the top. And it had racks, and he had really heaped it up. And I asked him if he was going to clean the truck out, and he said something that I can't say on the stage. And then he said, "You clean the goddamn thing out, and, you know, as is kind of thing. Whatever's in the truck is yours." And I needed the truck, and, you know, I kind of like cranky old guys anyway. Like, they don't really bother me, so I gave him the money, and I brought the truck home, and I took it up to the dump right away. This is before it quit running on me, of course. And I started unloading the crap from the back, and lo and behold, in the back there was this Triumph motorcycle, this really nice vintage Triumph motorcycle in beautiful shape, just beautiful. It needs a bit of work, but I don't have any papers for it, obviously. So I phoned him up, and I said, "Guess what I found in the back of your truck?" And he didn't know what I was talking about because he'd forgotten. No, not funny, I know. Anyway, that's not really what happened. I bought the motorcycle and I bought the truck, and yeah. It was a great story right until the end. It was like my marriage was great right until the end, and then bang, you don't see it coming, do you? So I bought this Triumph motorcycle. I used to own a Triumph, and I sold it a long time ago because Amanda told me to. And now she's gone, so I got another one. And I'm telling you that story because this guitar used to be my father-in-law's guitar, and he gave it to me just before he died. And he was a big Triumph motorcycle guy too, so him and I used to spend a lot of time working on motorcycles, not talking about his daughter. And this is a song that reminds me of him too, so I've been thinking about him a lot the last couple days as this motorcycle's sitting in my living room, wishing that he was still around, wishing that maybe he hadn't smoked for quite as long as he did, because maybe he'd still be around. Maybe thinking I should quit smoking. You know how it goes. So one more song from me, and then we have the lovely and talented Megan May, who come here all the way from Vernon tonight to perform for you. I hope you like this song. It's called How's Ernie? Another Fred song. No, I don't miss her anymore the way that I used to. There was a time when my heart was broke, somehow I got through. Still her father became my best friend, that's one thing for sure. Funny how I miss him a lot more than her. How's Ernie? Hey, that's what I would say if I wrote her a letter or called her up one day. How's Ernie? You know it ended up real bad, but I don't miss her anymore, though I sure do miss her dad. He's kinda deaf in one ear, so I'd kinda have to shout. We'd talk guns and horses till the lights went out. Why, we'd sit up till midnight drinking whiskey and water, and he'd pretend not to know I was sleeping with his daughter. How's Ernie? Hey, that's what I would say if I sure do miss her dad. But I was young and foolish, how was I to know? Hey, the price I paid for my mistakes was to up and watch her go. Still, I don't mind that she went and done what I guess she had to do. No, I don't mind, but I wonder why she had to take him too. How's Ernie? Hey, that's what I would say if I wrote her a letter or called her up one day. How's Ernie? You know it ended up real bad, but I don't miss her anymore, though I sure do miss her dad. No, I don't miss her anymore, though I sure do miss her dad. Thank you very much. Those, if I could just make a quick plug of my own too, those are 3 Fred Eaglesmith songs. If you like those songs, you should go to Lake Country. That's 3 times we talked about Lake Country tonight. It must be a sign, because Fred's playing in Lake Country on October the 14th. And now, without further ado, Megan. Megan? Are you ready, Megan? Well, she'll be right up here. Here she comes. I met Megan last year. I heard her perform at a house concert in Vernon, and I heard her sing, and I thought, I'm going to make a band. I'm going to change my whole life, and I'm going to make a band, and Megan's going to be in my band. And I had that thought in my head for a year, and now Megan's in my band.
I'm going to start off with a traditional tune. I've been holing up and getting all cozy at my home and not going out and enjoying music and dancing a lot lately. And this is a traditional tune about just that.
Work all week in the noonday sun, 15 cents when Saturday comes. Going to a dance to have some fun, why don't you come along, Lazy John? Lazy John, Lazy John, you gotta get your day's work all done. You're in the shade, I'm in the sun, why don't you come along, Lazy John? Every night when I come home, peas in the pot and the old jawbone. Then I'll bring my baby home. Why don't you come along, Lazy John? Lazy John, Lazy John, you gotta get your day's work all done. You're in the shade, I'm in the sun. Why don't you come along, Lazy John? I got a girl at the end of the road. Her legs are crooked and her legs are bowed. But we sure have a lot of fun. Why don't you come along, Lazy John? Lazy John, Lazy John, you gotta get your day's work all done. You're in the shade, I'm in the sun. Why don't you come along, Lazy John? Going to a dance Saturday night. We ain't shade, I'm in the sun. Why don't you come along, lazy John? Oh, lazy John, why don't you get your day's work all done? You're in the shade, I'm in the sun. Why don't you come along, lazy John? Why don't you come along, lazy John? Oh, why don't you come along, lazy John? Thank you. I was so proud because I thought that I found the best deal on the cheapest banjo. And just as I was tuning up, the piece that held it around my neck fell off. So I'm just getting used to sitting and playing again. So maybe buying the cheapest banjo wasn't the best idea. All right, this is one that I wrote. Everybody shouting about themselves across the table. Sometimes it's hard to just fit in a word. Everybody's so anxious to tell their stories, so much that nobody's stories get heard. Well, sometimes I like to just sit back and listen. I sure do like to hear what other people have to say. Sometimes the thoughts are words that bloom into flowers. Most of the time the weeds need to be ripped away. 'Cause everybody's shouting about themselves across the table. Sometimes it's hard to just fit in a word. Everybody's so anxious to tell their stories, so much that nobody's stories get heard. You see them politicians up on our TVs. Aren't they just so funny and so crass? The way they tear apart each other's lives and policies, but they never answer the questions they were just asked. Well, maybe that's what I like about this music scene. People are willing to laugh and listen along. I'll take a second to chew on what you're saying. Before they spit it out, I know you're wrong. And what I got to say is the best damn thing you'll have heard all day. But everybody's shouting about themselves across the table. Sometimes it's hard to just fit in a word. Oh, everybody's so anxious to tell their stories, so much that nobody's stories get heard. A woman takes her abuser to court. The judge dismisses her report. Even though 24 other women have come forward, I'm sorry, it's just his word against yours and yours and yours and yours. Well, everybody's shouting about themselves across the table. Sometimes it's hard to just fit in a word. out gets hurt.
Thank you. Just gonna need to retune real quick. This one's a cover. This is by one of my favorite musicians who I just happened to see because it was the only all-ages show in Portland when I was 20. And there's not a lot that goes on in Portland when you're 20. So I lucked out. Still not in tune though. I forgot my tuner, Brad. Don't look at me like that. It'll have to do.
Right, what did I tell you? Megan May. Yeah. And coming up next, we have our another one of our local talented youngish people. Also the man responsible for the sound tonight. If you all could maybe give him a bit of a hand so that he can hear you in there for doing the sound. Thank you. Taking a big load off of my shoulders because I used to do both those things at the same time. I never did like it. It's a lot more laid back for me now. So thank you, Adrian. And just before he comes up too, you'll notice that we've got some robotic looking devices over here and all kinds of cables and weird stuff all over the floor. Jamie Rose from the Falkland store has been kind enough to be filming these coffee houses for us the last few times anyway, and we're really happy to have him here tonight. And thank you. Yeah. He's also, he's being funded by the Russian Cosmonaut Agency now, and they're actually broadcasting this on the space station tonight. So the astronauts are watching it live. So make some noise so they can hear you, please, for Adrian Lapierre.
Hi. Glad you all made it out. So happy to see you guys. All right, I'm gonna get right into it. Can you hear that? Such is the way of the world, you can never know just where you'll put all your faith and how it will grow. Gonna rise up, find my direction magnetically. Gonna rise up, throw down my ace in the hole. Such is the passage of time, too fast to fold. Suddenly swallowed by signs, lo and behold. Gonna rise up and burn black holes in dark memories. Gonna rise up, turn mistakes into goals. Thank you. So that was Eddie Vedder, someone that I really enjoy all his songs, and I just can't stop playing them. What else am I gonna play? This is a new one called Wicked Game. Can't remember who wrote it, but I've heard many covers of it, and here it is. Was on fire, no one could save me but you. Strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you. I never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you. No, I don't to say to make me feel this way? What a wicked thing to do, to make me dream of you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. The world was on fire, no one could save me but you. It's strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I'd love somebody like you. I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, with you. It's a three-chord song. It's usually hard to get through those. I'm gonna try an experiment now. So, this song is Elvis Costello. I don't know if it's called What's So Funny or if it's called Peace, Love, and Understanding, but I heard it a long time ago and it kind of stuck with me, so. But this is kind of my rendition of it, so it's got a little something different. As I walk on through this wicked world, searching for light and darkness and sanity, ask myself, is all hope lost? Is there only pain and hatred and misery? 'Cause each time I feel it slipping away, it just makes me wanna cry. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? As I walked on through troubled times, my spirit gets so downhearted sometimes. So well the strong, and who are the trusted, and where is the harmony, sweet harmony? 'Cause each time I feel like this inside, there's one thing I wanna know. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? So well the strong, and who are the trusted, and where is the harmony, sweet harmony? 'Cause each time I feel like this inside, there's one thing I wanna know. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Because each time I feel it slipping away, it just makes me wanna cry. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding?
Thank you. See ya.
All right, Adrian Lepierre. Yeah. He can play the guitar, he can sing, he's the bass player in our band, he's the highest paid employee at PRT, the nursery we both work at. He's a recording engineer, he's just a gem of a guy, so thank you, Adrian. Thank you. You could live anywhere too. You could go to Paris or whatever, and you choose to live in Falkland. I really appreciate that. We're going to take a little break. We're going to take maybe a 10-minute break and give you all a chance to get some more goodies. We got 50-50 tickets. Load up on those, and there's some kind of a raffle item. It's some kind of a horse hormone supplement, but it's for horses, not for people. So don't be taking it thinking you're going to like beef up or whatever, because it's probably just going to put you in the hospital. But it's really good for horses. And, oh, I see we got another entertainer here, too. So we'll be back in 10 minutes, okay? Thanks. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, prepare for phase 2. John has been kind enough to agree to come up and give us some more of his country stylings. So let's give him a hand.
Thank you very much. Man, this is the most fun I've had in just a long, long time. I'm here to tell you that. Anyway, the young folks won't remember this guy. But he was quite a talent in his time. Too bad his plane ran into the side of a mountain. And we lost him. His name was Johnny Horton. He did a little song that I did back when I was like 13 years old, sitting on the front porch out there at Deer Road. Anyway, it's called Whispering Pines. The snowflakes fall, this winter calls, and time just seems to fly. Is it the loneliness in me that makes me want to cry? My heart is sad like a mourning dove that's lost his mate in flight. And hear the cooing of his lonesome heart through the stillness of the night. Oh, whispering pines, whispering pines, tell me, is it so? Oh, whispering pines, whispering pines, oh, you're the one who knows my darling's gone. Oh, she's gone. Oh, and I need some sympathy. Oh, whispering pines, send my baby back to me. You see that squirrel up in the tree, and it's right there on the ground. You hear their barking call of love for the happiness they found. And is my love, oh, still my love? Oh, this I've gotta know. And send a message by the wind, because I love her so. Oh, whispering pines, whispering pines, tell me, is it so? Oh, whispering pines, whispering pines, you're the one who knows my darling, and she's gone. Oh, she's gone, and I need some sympathy. Oh, whispering pines, send my baby back to me. Oh, whispering pines, send my baby back to me. Thank you. Hope you like that. That goes back a spell, I'll tell you. Anyways, this next song I'm going to do is kind of, this group was sort of like pre-Eagles, you know, because they never really knew. You never really knew whether it was a country song they were doing or was a pop song or what it was. But anyways, this little group I like this song that they did, and you probably all, well, everybody probably knows this song or has heard of it. It's a Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, and they did a song called Fishing in the Dark. Okay, so I'm going to do that right now. Lazy yellow moon coming up tonight, shining through the trees. The crickets are singing and the lightning bugs all floating on the breeze. Oh, baby, getting ready. Across the field where the creek turns back by that old stump road, I'm gonna take you to a special place that nobody knows. Oh, baby, getting ready. Ooh, you and me go fishing in the dark, lying on her back, sing along. Green grass grows. Oh, down in the middle of the pale moonlight, I'm falling in love in the middle of the night, just a moving slow. Spent the whole night through, it's so good to be with you. As spring is almost over and the summer's come, them days are getting long. I've waited all winter for the time to be right to take you along. Oh, baby, get ready. And it don't matter if we sit forever and them fish don't bite. We'll jump in the river and cool ourselves from the heat of the night. Oh, baby, get ready. Ooh, you and me go fishing in the dark, lying on our backs and counting the stars where the cool grass grows. Oh, down by the river in the full moonlight, falling in love in the middle of the night, just a moving slow. Oh, spent the whole night through, it's so good to be with you. You and me go fishing in the dark. Thank you very much, folks. Sure appreciate the applause. I'm going to tell you one quick little story here. I was down in Phoenix. I used to go south for many winters, and I was at the Phoenix airport. And this American couple were just ahead of me, and I heard them say, "Look at over there. See those folks with them great big coats on, them great big hats?" The guy said, "Yeah." I said, "I wonder where the heck they're from." She said, "I don't know. Why don't you go ask them?" By God, she said, "I think I will." So she walked over. Said, "Where are you folks from, by the way, with those big hats on and them big boots?" They said, "Saskatoon, Saskatchewan." Oh, okay. So she walks back to her husband. He said, "So, where are they from?" She said, "Hell, I don't know. They don't speak English." Anyway, that's the best one I can come up with quick, huh? Had to top that MC there. Anyway, just to kind of close out the night here, I would be remiss if I didn't do one of my all-time favorite guys that we just lost back here in the spring. 79 years old, there, old Merle. And I cut my teeth on this song, as probably a lot of guys did that are my age now. Anyway, you'll know it. The first thing I remember knowing was a lonesome whistle blowing and a youngin's dream of growing up to ride on a freight train leaving town, and not knowing where I'm bound. No one could change my mind, but Mama tried. The one and only rebel child from a family meek and mild. Oh, Mama, she seemed to know what lay in store. In spite of all my Sunday learning, and toward the bad I kept on turning until Mama, she couldn't hold me anymore. And I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. And no one could stare me right. Mama tried to teach me the soul. Left Mom a heavy load, and she tried so very hard. She wanted me to have the best, and she tried to raise me right, and I refused. And I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole, and no one could steer me right, but Mama tried, Mama tried, Mama tried to teach me better, but her pleading I denied. That leaves only me to blame. Mama tried, and that leaves only me to blame. Mama tried. Thank you very much. This has been a slice. I'd like to come back sometime. Thank you very much for your applause. I appreciate that, folks.
All right, John, thank you so much for coming out tonight. And Ozzy, thank you for bringing him. Are you still here? There you are. Yes. Not past his bedtime. I heard that the older you get, the later your bedtime is. Is that true? Yeah, that's right. You're up till about 3 or 4 in the morning? Yeah. To the bathroom, yeah. Oh, geez, I could tell you a horrible story. So the band goes on tour, and we have a truck, and we have a camper trailer thing. And it's got 5 bunks in it, and there's 5 of us. And everybody, I don't know what I was doing, probably getting business for the band or something, you know, I was working. And everybody else picked their bunks, and so I got the bunk at the very top, at the very front of the trailer. So, and I'm the oldest one there, and I'm not that old, but I'm not real young anymore, and I gotta get up a couple times in the night, you know, especially if we have a couple beers or something after the show. And so I asked them, are you sure you want me to sleep up there? Because I'm going to be walking all over you. I mean, there's no lights in there. The top bunk is this far from the roof, so to get in, I had to, like, wiggle myself in, and then, 2 in the morning, okay, wiggle myself out, and I would step on Megan, and I would step on Dave, and stumble outside and come back in. It's not a very good story, I know, but you made me think of that, Oz. All right, now you're all sitting down, except Larry. You're going to get blown right off your feet. The rest of you should be okay, because we have a special guest, a guy I didn't think was going to come tonight, because apparently he was working too, but he's made some time in his schedule for us. Please welcome Coffee House Cash. But before we do that, I'm going to remember, because we're going to draw the 50-50. Yeah, I saw you there out of the corner of my eye. I thought, what's she doing standing there with that bucket? That makes no sense. Okay. Do you want me to still do the thing? Okay, here we go. Here we go. We might need some lights. If somebody in the back could maybe go to the back wall and turn those lights on for us. Here we go. 156 188. I heard something. Hey, we got a winner in the kitchen. Nice. Awesome. So that's $55. Yeah, all right. All right, thanks for playing, everybody. And now, without further ado, this time he's actually going to come out and play Coffee House Cash.
Hello. Oh, you plug in?
Yep.
Hi, world. This is so exciting being here. My son lives in Prague, and he's watching. Hey, Jay, are you all hooked up? All my fans in Prague. Is that turned on, my amp? Yeah. Are you here? One of the most recognized songs in the world, the tunes in the world, was done by Maybelle Carter, the Carter family, called Wildwood Flower. And that's probably the first song that any country kind of guitar player learns. But this one here is a version that's called Pick the Wildwood Flower. Thanks, Adrian. The bass is so nice. Those cotton fields were hot. Tractor never was my kind of living. When I hit 16, I had my size, and I hit the road to freedom. Well, I'm glad I wasn't there to see my mama. She must have cried for hours. I still can hear her saying to me, "Hey, Brian, go get your guitar and pick the wildwood flower." Now, Vancouver was big. It was hard to get a job, so I didn't. It was easier to go back to Falkland. Yeah, where life was more like living. Well, I've been down every road, I've stood on every porch where they were picking. If they had a dime or an hour, I'd pick the wildwood flower. How's that, folks? Hey? I'm learning. After 40 years. It's hard to turn around, look back down the roads that I've traveled. But like an ever-ending ball of twine, my dreams have come unraveled. As evening lays its shawl across the shoulders of my life, I find I couldn't tie my life together with guitar strings and a poet's heartfelt mind. Well, I'm glad I wasn't there to see my mama. She must have cried for hours. I still can hear her saying to me, "Hey, Brian, go get your guitar and pick the wildwood flower." No, son, it's not like that. It's like this. Well, yeah, I just lost it at the end. We love you. You know, when I met Adrian 3 years ago, he played all I knew him was from playing bass. And I have a Well and Jennings song that was, J.J. Cale actually wrote the song, and Wellen kind of made it popular. And it features a bass player. It's called Clyde. Electric bass with finesse and grace. Sit on the porch without no shoes, just picking the bass and singing the blues. Well, Molly Joe, she's got a dollar. Down the road you can hear her holler. Hey, get up, Clyde, you got something to do. That old dog can sing the blues. Woo-hoo. Take it away, Clyde. Yeah, isn't that good? Well, he don't move and he don't flinch. Clyde, he don't move an inch. Just sitting on the porch without no shoes, picking the bass and singing the blues. Woo-hoo. Give it to them again, Clyde. Woo-hoo. Clyde. Kind of looks like Clyde, eh? Well, you know, the situation is, hey, let's face it. The world, something's going on. I mean, check out the news. We just canceled the global TV. I mean, I can't handle it anymore. I get up in the morning, I just, you know, Trump and Hillary, and I mean, I just don't understand anything anymore. But then I picked up Merle's new, Merle and Willie just did an album, D'Angelo and Jimmy. And Willie and Merle made a decision. What's happening? Well, it's all going to pot, whether we like it or not. Best I can tell, the world's going to hell, sure going to miss it a lot. All the whiskey in Lynchburg, Tennessee just couldn't hit the spot. Got a $100 bill, you can keep your pills. Friends, it's all going to pot. That cackle bottlehead in the box thinks I'm dumb as a rock. Reading me the news as I take off my shoes, scared the hell of my socks. Benedict stranger I'm not, but brother, let me tell you what. You can ask old Will, he'll tell you friends, it's all going to pot. Well, it's all going to pot, whether we like it or not. Yes, I can tell the world's going to hell, sure going to miss it a lot. All the whiskey in Lynchburg, Tennessee just couldn't hit the spot. Got a $100 bill, keep your fills, and it's all going to pot. Thought I had found me a girl, sweetest little thing in the world. But all my jokes went up in smoke when I caught her making eyes at Merle. sweet little honey with your eye on your money, gonna take every penny you got. Well, she ain't gonna get it 'cause I already spent it. Friends, it's all gonna pot. Well, it's all gonna pot, whether we like it or not. Best I can tell, the world's going to hell. Sure gonna miss a lot. All the whiskey in Lynchburg, Tennessee just couldn't hit the spot. Got a $100 bill, you can keep your pills, friends. It's all gonna pot. Got a $100 bill, keep your pill, friends. It's all gonna pot. Thank you.
All right. I told you, right? Not too bad for a 96-year-old man. Oh, did I say that out loud? You know, Brian looks more scruffy and more like a musician every time I see him. He's always wearing the same clothes, but somehow look at his hair right now. He's got some Jack Nicholson hair going on. From The Shining, yeah. All work and no play makes coffeehouse cash a dull boy. Yeah. So we're gonna wrap the show up here for you, I think, folks. Unless there's anybody else in the audience who wants to perform tonight. Anyone want to come up and tell some amusing stories, or stories that you think are amusing, but no one else does? It's kind of what I do. Works for me. Okay, so Adrian, can you come up and help me out here with this? And with a violin? Yeah, what are you doing? Oh yeah, plug it in. Okay, I can do that. And Megan, do you want to come up and play too? Are you okay just sitting there? I think Megan should come and play. There you go. Maybe. Most of Uncle Brad will be on the stage momentarily. Our drummer has decided to go to Prince George tonight, so you won't get to meet him. He's kind of the weak link in the band anyway, so. I'm sure he's not watching this too, so I can say whatever I want about him. Did you all have a good summer? Yeah? Wasn't too wet?
Too wet and too short.
Too wet and too short, yeah. Yeah, I'll second that. I went to the beach twice. Felt like I was living in Alberta again. Yeah. They say we're going to have another mild winter though, so I guess it's okay. It'll all kind of even out in the end. We could do Freight Train and you could play the banjo. No? All right, we could do Valentine's and you could sing? Okay. Okay, here's an Uncle Brad song for you. This one went over really well in Chilliwack, not so good in Victoria, and it totally bombed everywhere else we played it, so. Can you hear that guitar? 1, 2, 3, 4. days get shorter and the cocoa is ready, I chop it all down with a sharp machete. Load up the donkey and walk my ass down to the village. We walk past the churches and the rusty tin shacks, and thank God the North Americans have monkeys on their backs, 'cause if they didn't, we'd all starve to death. We've farmed this land for 1,000 generations, and now the whole frickin' place is coffee, roses, and banana plantations. And they don't let us eat the bananas. You can't eat roses, we don't even drink coffee. So when the days get shorter and the cocoa is ready, I chop it all down with a sharp machete. Load up the donkey and walk my ass down to the village. We walk past the churches and the rusty tin shacks, and thank God the North Americans have monkeys on their backs, 'cause if they didn't, we'd all starve to death. And my mother, she 55, she cut roses very fast. And on Fridays, she spray the pesticide without gloves or a mask. In one day, she cuts $1,800 worth of flowers. They pay her $2 an hour. So when the days get shorter and the cocoa is ready, I chop it all down with a sharp machete. Load up the donkey and walk my ass down to the village. We walk past the churches and the rusty tin shacks, and thank God the North Americans have monkeys on their backs, 'cause if they didn't, we'd all starve to death. Oh, if they didn't, we'd all starve to death. Thank you very much. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Megan. See, Megan's one of these people who has like 11 different instruments, and she was hitchhiking here tonight. So when you're hitchhiking, if you have one instrument, you get picked up right away. If you have 11, nobody picks you up. So she only brought the one banjo today, and of course it's the wrong banjo from my point of view, the right banjo from her point of view, I guess. So good for her. Make your own decisions. Yeah, see if I care. Efficiency?
Efficiency.
All right. You started? No, I started. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can turn that bass up a little bit. It's a bit quiet up there. I was thinking just the other day, never a good sign. Thinking way back to the day, to the time before the time of the automobile. There was an ad on the radio for some kind of fancy new car. It had fancy brakes and a real sleek shape and 275 horsepower, and that's what got me thinking way back in the day. A couple of 100 years ago, when a man could still be gay and not get beaten to death. My great-great-grandpa made his way across the Rocky Mountains with his wife and kids and all their worldly possessions and 2 mares and a stallion. 3 horsepower's all they needed to carry all of their stuff. That old piano and the cast iron stove, 5 kids and the chickens and the billy goat's gruff and the pots and the pans and the salt and the yams and the clothes and the tools and the golden rule. And then they settled on land they stole from the Indians. But the point I'm trying to make here, before it slips away, is that somehow we need 275 horsepower today to do way less, and although we do it faster, my great-great-grandpa's kids weren't born into an ecological disaster. 75 today. And we call that progress, Grandpa. We call that efficiency. And if he was here today, I think he'd walk up to me, look me straight into the eye and say, I'm sorry, son. Then he'd kill me. Yeah. Everybody laughs, but from all the stories I've heard, he really was a mean old guy. Like, oh yeah. So we're gonna do one more song that I don't know if Adrian's ever played this one before, but he might. I gotta remember how to play it. It's a song that I always think about playing when I have a woman in my life who I really like. So I haven't played it for years and years and years and years. And like 20 years, really. But things have changed recently, and there's a woman in my life who's really nice to me, which is such a great change. I don't know if any of you guys are married to women who are not nice to you. I would suggest ditching them and finding someone who's really, really nice to you, because it's such a good feeling to wake up in the morning smiling and go to bed smiling, and it hurts your face a little bit at first, but then you get over it. All right, well, I'm just going to fumble through it, and if I wreck it, I'll fix it. Okay. With a console in between. No, see, that's the problem right there. It goes to F. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fast. Yeah. Well, I know you're used to them little sports jobs with a console in between. Full-face leather, fancy headrest, a pocket for your cold cream. I know you're used to staring out the window, watching the world go by. But it's a different kind of automobile. It's a different kind of ride. It's got a bench seat, baby. It's got a bench seat, baby. It's got a bench seat, baby. You don't have to sit over there. And I know you're used to them little dance tunes cranking out of the player. Well, here's a lesson in country and western. It's gonna drive you crazy. So undo your jacket, lay back your head. Won't you relax just a little? And unless you got somebody else coming, slide over into the middle. It's got a bench seat, baby. It's got a bench seat, baby. It's got a bench seat, baby. You don't have to sit over there. Well, it's 5 feet from inseam to inseam. I had it custom corduroyed, and there's no reason why it needs to recline. It was made for a girl and a boy. It's got a bench seat, baby. It's got a bench seat, baby. It's got a bench seat, baby. You don't have to sit over there. It's got a bench seat, baby. You don't have to sit over there. All right, thank you, Adrian.
Thank you very much.
That was embarrassing for you, but it felt great for me. I hope you all had a wonderful night tonight, and I hope you come back for our next coffee house at the end of October. That's the 4th Saturday in October. I'll be here. 4th Saturday? There's 4 Saturdays in October. Yeah. It's on the 4th one. I didn't look at the calendar, so I don't know the date, but you've just been a wonderful audience. Thank you all for coming, and enjoy the rest of your lives. Thank you.
Good work.
Adrian, is this your hat?
No, I think that is.
You still on? Check, check. Is this anyone's hat? It's yours? John? Okay. A man with two hats. That's good. You come prepared. All right.